Hello everyone, I picked up this awful 6-inch Kindick adjustable spanner at the car boot sale last year. I thought it'd make a very good project. As you can see, it's in an awful state, pitting all over the place, completely rusty. It looks like it's spent its entire life, or a lot of its life, in a barn somewhere. Absolutely filthy. It does work to a degree. You can see the spring compressing up a little bit there, but it's just filthy and it's rusty. So what we'll have to do is try and get it apart, give it a clean with some degreaser, and then we'll get it in some vinegar. Oh. Okay, so as you can see, it's got a little washer here, and there's a little spring just here, hopefully. Can we get that out? Will it come out? Yep. There we go. There's the little spring. That doesn't look too bad, does it? It just looks filthy. Okay then, so I've got some no-nonsense heavy-duty degreaser and some hot water here. So what we'll do is we'll chuck all the bits in, like so, and commence giving them a scrubbing up. Okay then, so I've given the bits a rinse down after the degreaser. It's looking a bit better. The threads on here are okay, I give them a bit of a wire brushing up. And the rest of it doesn't look too bad at all really. So what we'll do is we'll get it in some vinegar now then. Alrighty then, let's leave it in the vinegar for a little while and see how it goes. The old wrench has spent 2 days in vinegar. I've been wire brushing it over that time every now and again, and now it's just spent an hour in some water and bicarb. So what we better do is get it on the wire brush. I'm wondering if this thing had a hard life in a welding shop somewhere, because you've got there's a bit of different material in here. Don't know what that's all about. A bit darker material, maybe welded into it or something, caught by an arc. You've got lots of pitting here, and like this, the dynamic jaw, for instance. Look how they're pitting. I mean, that could just be rust, but then again, it could have been subject to like you know, oxyacetylene cutting or something, because it's very, very fine. But then again, it could just be rust pitting. But I don't know. You've even got a bit of different material just here. Look. So it's interesting. I don't know what sort of life this thing has had, but it's very it's well pitted and well damaged. What is interesting from the factory, they machined all this lot here all nicely, but they left on the forging marks just here. Look, just left those on there because they're out of sight and they're not going to affect the operation. And also the end of the thread here's been left as well. So it's interesting. The pitting here is very interesting because you can see the sort of grain underneath here. Well, looks like it's coming down like this. Hopefully you can see that on the camera, guys. Okay then, so here is what the old wrench looked like when I first got it. As you can see, it was very rusty and completely neglected. Here is what it would have looked like when it was new, as you can see in this catalogue clipping here. So what does it look like now? Here you go, look at that. I've given it quite a considerable bit of work on the wire brush and polishing wheels, etc. haven't gone too mad on it because I didn't want to take away some of this character, shall we say. The pitting is still there a little bit, but it's quite shiny here and there. It runs quite nicely. I'll put some oil in the on the thread here, and it runs in and out quite nicely now. So does it work? Let's try it. Here we have the ridiculously large M24 nut and bolt in a rather teeny tiny little vise, but we won't worry about that too much. Here is the old 6-inch King Dick. Let's get the jaws open. Right then. Oh yeah. Still works then. Ugh. Still does the business. Oh, blimey, yeah. This nylock nut is really tight. I wonder how old this is. Be interesting to find out, wouldn't it? I should imagine it's probably been sitting in a barn or a shed somewhere for decades, getting that amount of rust all over it, and all this pitting going on here. I mean, it's not quite like as it was new, but you know, I've taken a lot of the rust, all of the rust off, but I've not lost the character of it at all, I don't think. Yeah, quite pleased with it. Interestingly, while I was at the car boot sale this morning, I managed to find this clone, shall we say, of the 6-inch King Dick. It's identical in size. It's not made as well. I think it's cast. I think this was cast steel, looking at the round edges and what have you. I don't think it's quite well as made, but it's quite heavy. So in fact, it's heavier than the King Dick. So that's a future project then. Another future project is this Abingdon wrench too. This is another 6-inch, as you can see, but this is what they call a war finish version. It's a little bit rough around the edges, but another future project to look out for. We can still just about make out King Dick stamped into it just here. The C and the K are almost worn away, but it's still in there. Still just about read it. Okay then guys, well I hope you enjoyed this restoration. Quite a considerable project this one, getting all that rust off of it. I think it's come out rather nicely. Don't know what you guys think, whether it was worth it or not. I certainly think it was worth it. I thoroughly enjoyed my week working on it, bringing it up to this kind of standard. Not quite as good as new, but then it never will be without a huge amount of work. But no, I'm quite pleased with it. Let me know what you think down in the comments below, guys. Alright then, well, thanks for your time, thanks for watching, thanks for coming over, and I'll catch you another week.
Ruff, ruff.